With over 200 neighborhoods in Charlotte, Charlotte necessarily is not quote unquote a walkable city, but there are a few neighborhoods inside the city that do give you the chance to keep the car inside the driveway. Now, the three areas that we're going to be talking about are very unique to Charlotte, and they all have their own different styles, cultures, and kind of, what's a good word I'm looking for? Vibe. So let's talk about these three walkable areas right now, and which one is the perfect fit for you? Well, we're going to have to figure that one out. Let's do it. Number one, we're going to be talking about SouthEnd / Dilworth. I'll tell you exactly why I kind of grouped these two together. SouthEnd is like the perfect, almost perfect work, eat, sleep, play environment. You got restaurants right behind you. Right back here, you have an entire WeWork office space building. And then boom, on the same corner and plenty other corners up and down, all down Tyrone, Camden, you have plenty of apartments. So with all of the neighborhoods that kind of built up around the light rail, this is dope because SouthEnd really had a chance to kind of go boom really fast, because this allows you to again have that environment, because you don't have to get inside the car. You could take the light rail kind of not all the way throughout the city, but to majority of the city, still get downtown, or uptown is what we call it, and still get back to home without needing to use your vehicle. Plus, they have built up the SouthEnd to an amazing degree. You're always daily construction of condos and apartments, daily. Right now, even if you're looking at this video today, it's probably still going to be construction going on in the next 3 to 5, if not longer, years, because there's so many people wanting to move into this area, and for good reason. Now, SouthEnd / Dilworth is going to be from everybody. When you look at a map, SouthEnd is right here, right? Dilworth, they back up into each other. And this is why I always, even when I'm talking to people, I always kind of group these two neighborhoods together. SouthEnd is going to be more of your condos and renters and apartments, luxury and not so luxury. You're going to have everything in between when it comes to SouthEnd. What you will always share is all the amenities and commodities, the cafes, the breweries, the restaurants, the steel yard. You have so many different breweries down there. You can never not be thirsty if you're talking about beer or bar for that instance. But it's cafes, it's restaurants, it's mom and pop, it's small business owners. You have a lot going on in SouthEnd. You can find a mix of any type of cultural cuisine you thinking about is gonna be on SouthEnd somewhere, somehow. And that also is true when it comes to housing. Again, you're gonna have condos, you're gonna have apartments, but you're also gonna have, when it comes to, if you guys wanna own, and this is really steering more towards Dilworth, because Dilworth is kind of the owners, I can't say owners section, I don't wanna say it like that, but this is where you go to own or you want to buy something. SouthEnd is gonna be more where you go to rent, or you just really want a nice condo, right? Dilworth is established, man, and it is beautiful. You're gonna see some houses over there that are absolutely gorgeous. You may not get the biggest yard in the world, obviously, because you're inside the city, so it's kind of to be expected, but the houses over there, they're spacious, they're nice, and again, you have that accessibility to SouthEnd. From SouthEnd to Dilworth is either a 3-minute drive or a 15-minute walk. If I'm living in Dilworth, I'm walking down the SouthEnd every day going to get a cafe. I'm a big cafe guy. I like that a lot. So if you're looking at rent in SouthEnd, it is going to be a little bit up there, right? It's going to be about $2,000 to probably start off with. You're talking probably a 1 or 2 bedroom. You inside the city, I can't really help you there. If you're talking about buying, you're going to be looking at an average of around $670. So you make your choice. If it's to me, and Charlotte is still smarter to buy in some areas, maybe not Dilworth because it's such a affluent area, but you can find something close by at least. Quick public service announcement for you guys that don't know, my name is Devontae Davis, and what you're doing right now, the hours and days and months of research moving to a new area, the stress, the anxiety, what you feel inside your mind, not only do I know how you feel because I've lived it and I've done it, but I've also helped a lot of people do the same thing. I've been in real estate well before I moved up to Charlotte, and this is why I came to Charlotte, to help more people to move up to this great city. It's city is awesome, man. There's so many things to do, so much growth and things happening. But the hardest part is figuring out where you're gonna live, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna go to school, shopping, all that good stuff. I've done the research. I've spent thousands of dollars on plane tickets to get myself up here, and I'll help you have a way cheaper and easier way to move up to Charlotte. So make sure you guys, if you are thinking about moving up to Charlotte, hit us up with a call, email, text. You either get myself or I'll pair you with somebody close to me on our Charlotte team to make sure that you have the best experience possible when moving up to Charlotte. Because I know it's stressful moving from one city, especially if it was your hometown, to a brand new city. All right, so hit us up, call, email, text. Now back to the video. 2 has to be hands down, which is NoDa. NoDa is known as the art district and is known that for a reason, man. It is beautiful. It's short for North Davison Street, right? So NoDa, get it? Tag along there. Either way it goes, NoDa is dope, super artsy, very kind of hipstery vibe, right? You're going to get a real hipstery vibe there. You're going to notice that in the houses, they're going to be some colorful green, pink, orange, blue. I mean, you're going to have some modern in there too, right? You're going to have some modern bungalows in there and stuff like that. But when you're talking about the actual streets of NoDa, kind of walking down those streets, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to see murals everywhere. You're going to see, honestly, every single light pole or the walking cross pole. I forget what them is called. That's probably terrible English, but yeah, I know what I'm talking about, where it says stop or walk. Every single pole is covered with some type of sticker. Like, I don't know if it's just me that noticed that when I go down there, but every single pole is covered with stickers. Every single one. But they got a dope, I think it's Dolly. Yeah, they got a dope mural of Dolly Parton. It's super dope, man. Like, that just gives you the vibe there of NoDa. But you're gonna have a lot of kind of hipstery spots, man, that you can just tell this is the area of art, creativity, and that vibe when it comes to when it just comes that creative element of a city. NoDa has that, hands down. There's no area inside of Charlotte like it. And you could tell this was like a group of artists who went down there, opened up some galleries, and everybody else just followed it when they seen how beautiful it was up and becoming. And then you immediately had, you know, the restaurants, bars, boutiques, all that good stuff down there. And now, plus with the light rail system, it connects to NoDa too. You can easily commute back inside the city with no problem. So again, it's creating this environment of that work, eat, sleep, play, and live. It's nice. Another thing NoDa is known for is food. You're gonna have cultural cuisines out there, but I tell you, and the best place to go to is the Optimist Hall. This place is massive. Over 14,000 square feet of nothing but food, beverages, events, music sometimes, and art galleries and like expos, but mostly food, right? Everybody wants to eat. We all love food. Go to Optimist Hall. This has to be a place you stop. It's you grab your food, whatever you want at the time. It's plenty to choose from. If you leave out of there hungry, that's on you, right? You should not be hungry leaving there. Even dessert, go grab you some ice cream or something. And then you plop down at an open table, indoor and outdoor seating. You sit there with the family and you chill out a little bit. Now, when it comes to NoDa, you're going to be looking at an average rent of about $1,700. So a little bit cheaper than SouthEnd, which is pretty nice. But, you know, depending on what you're looking for, where you want to be, that's all, again, going to be subject to you. And it's a little bit cheaper as far as housing goes, right? It's not as expensive as Dilworth. On average, you're going to be looking at around $461. But it's gonna depend on that house when it was built, because again, you have a lot of new and a mixture of old inside of NoDa. Same thing with SouthEnd. You're gonna have a mixture of new and old, and I think that's what I like both about these two areas, because you can see where it's like, all right, you still kind of have that historic area, but you can see where a lot more people are still dumping money into. Every neighborhood should be like that, especially when it comes to inside a city. That is crucial. That's crucial because it shows the vampness of it. All right, now let's get into number 3. Last but not least, you're gonna have Uptown. I know, why'd you save this for last? It's Uptown. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be walkable. And for a lot of you guys that's watching this for the first time, Uptown is what we call our downtown. So you should already know it's walkable, it's full of life, clubs, bars, scenery. Anything you need is going to be inside of Uptown. Now, to kind of narrow this down a little bit more, you have 4 wards when it comes to Uptown. Your main ward that's going to be the most walkable for this video is going to be the 4th ward, right? It's going to be the 4th ward. That's going to be where 4th ward Park is. You have the Discovery Place down there. Like, you got a lot going on and offerings when it comes to the 4th ward. And it's going to have multiple housing options, from existing homes to some high-rise condos to apartments. Now, the 1st ward is going to have a lot going on too, but this is mostly kind of apartments and condos, maybe a couple of townhomes, right? This is really going to be the 1st ward. Specifically, this is where the Hornets play at the Spectrum Center. Now, let me stop you, because there's a special place across from the Spectrum Center, which is called Midnight Diner. If you are visiting, if you are from Charlotte, you probably already know about this 10 toes down, but the Midnight Diner is a place that has the best shrimp and grits, I promise you, in this country. I have seen over half of this country, no exaggeration. I've been to South Dakota before. Don't ask me why, it was for an event. I'll leave it there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a mentor event. Either way it goes, this has the best shrimp and grits ever. You have to try this place out. Like, this should be off the plane. Midnight Diner, no exaggeration. This place is good. They have all their food is pretty much good, but the shrimp and grits, boy, I'm telling you, at any point of the day, look, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can order these things, and they are good, I promise you guys. Now let's get back into it, because that was a little rant. I'm somewhat of a foodie, man. You know, who don't like food? Now, one of the greatest things I think about Uptown that kind of goes undernoticed a lot is the diversity within Uptown, right? There's so much diversity, especially in such a big city. It is amazing to see. I love it, man. I really do. And there's people really getting about their business Monday through Friday, probably Monday through Saturday. Well, before you go out Saturday, a lot of people are getting to it, man. They hustling, they bustling. I mean, you're inside the city, right? It's good to see. On Saturday though, or when it comes to that occasional weekday game, people are gonna have a good time. Don't get me wrong, they're gonna have a good time, but people are about their business when it comes to the city of Charlotte, especially in Uptown. The second thing is the age of people. Uptown is very young. Well, Charlotte as a whole is pretty young. I think the average age is like 34 to 38 years old. So to see young people my age and, you know, other people just inside that business district really getting to it, that's always a great thing to see. When it comes to living there, is going to be the most expensive on this list. Obviously, you're downtown, you're right in the heart of everything. I mean, you're going to be looking to pay $2,200-$2,300 for a rental. Easily, right? To live in Uptown, depending, the median right now as a whole is about $411,000, right? You can find a condo, a 1-bedroom condo, for like 200 something, right? It's gonna be tight. I mean, for a $200,000 1-bedroom condo, I don't know if I would do it, but if that's you, do your thing. It's a lot cheaper than rent, I'll tell you that. You're paying $2,000. I mean, you might as well get the condo, right? So it just depends on what you want to do. But they're also going to be like, this is an area for a lot of, you're going to see a lot of young professionals down there. You're going to see a lot of single people down there. You're going to see, you know, or unless they just really love that environment, you're going to see people who are really city minded inside of Uptown. I mean, that's going to be, I mean, a lot of young professionals live in Uptown, man, hands down, right? Hands down. So that's really it for this video. I don't want to make this video super long. Those are my top 3 areas. I really can't say my top 3, but the voted on top 3 areas when it comes to walkability and just what I've seen exploring these neighborhoods in all of Charlotte, right? Those are going to be the top 3 areas that if you just really want that solid eat, work, sleep, play environment, I'm telling you, you got to check out one of those. And again, subject to however you want to live. Either way, wherever you want to live, if you guys are moving up to the Charlotte area, or if you guys are in the Charlotte area looking to move around, make sure you guys hit me over to call, email, text. Again, my name is Devontae Davis. If you guys got any questions, let me know. And as always, I will see you guys inside the next one.